Well, we got a dude here, Ryan Holliday. Welcome, man. We've been buddies for a long time, ever since you worked at Racer X, then you worked for the AMA. He was the main AMA referee here for a while there, right?
That's right, from 2005 to 2008.
And we almost got you fired a few times, but you were able to just steer clear of me and Wes Kane. But that was a interesting time back in the day.
It was fun. It was
fun.
probably peak fun.
Yes.
For me, after hours, I'll say.
After hours, for sure. But when it was business time, you had to handle what you had to handle, and then got the role with Kawasaki. And you've been there for how long now?
17 years. So I actually came here in 2008 with the AMA, and Dave Galland and Reed Nordine at the time approached me about coming to Kawasaki. Dave had said he was on his way out, so I had an interview here in the motorhome behind Greenville, and shortly thereafter it was game on with Kawasaki.
How about that?
That's very cool. And so I take it you've worked with a lot of talent. A lot of talented motorcycle riders.
Yeah, so I've been super fortunate, and it's crazy to see how full circle a lot of that is coming to where my first year here it was Jason Anderson, or not, Jason was the next year, Blake Baggett, Dean Wilson, AC on the 10 to 12 85 class. So
that dude's retired, man. You've seen him all the way through.
Well, that's what was funny. So last year I was on the infield in Las Vegas for the SMX finale. And Jason comes up to me. He goes, do you feel old that your old guys are now old? And I'm like, I never thought about that until you said this right now. But the answer is yes.
It's tricky wording.
But then to take it the next step, Styles Robertson is transitioning kind of into a different role. And a kid that rode for me for, I think, 9 years.
Sure.
Darian Sinai manages the KTM Husqvarna Gas program, and Darian rode for me for a handful of years. Yeah. So it's pretty fulfilling for sure. It's really
for sure.
Neat.
Yeah. And there was I think we were texting one night. You're like, dude, there's like 11 guys, or some main event was chock full of all Team Green dudes that you had once worked with a while back. There's like 10 plus guys.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, Tampa or something, maybe the East Coast opener. I think half the field were, kids at that time that had rode for me, and I was pretty neat. It was cool.
Yeah.
So these guys put their trust in you. So when you sign with a team, it's more than just, it's a great bike. It's are they going to take care of me? Do they have my best interest? And so that picture, if I was a dad, I'd be interested to know who's going to actually be in charge of my son.
I think that's something that I've just tried to do the right way is make good decisions for them, whether for the kid, for the family, as best as we can. And, I've always said if, we succeed together. So in order for Kawasaki to succeed, they need to succeed too. So we're in it together and working towards a common goal. So we can't be selfish about it. And, we have to work together to, like I said, achieve that common goal.
You're on your way to achieving some goals here with Enzo, Vincent, and Landon. They're having a pretty solid week. And then you have to reload. Like, are we already working on the next team? Because your bullets are already fired out of the chamber. We got to put some more in there.
Yeah, that's right. Transition comes every so often. So, yeah, I've watched a lot of motos this week. So, keeping an eye out for what's next. And, people always are asking, who are you looking at? And I'm like, we're always looking.
It's got to be the most synonymous amateur race team around. I mean, before I knew that amateur race teams were even a thing. I mean, Team Green.
Yeah, I've always called you the Yankees of motocross. It's the elite team. You want to be on that team. Everything about it's the best.
I would like to think so. It comes and goes just naturally over time. There's years where you're stacked with so much talent, and then there's other times, just those transition periods where it's maybe not quite the same. But we try to have a pretty high standard for the program, and there's a lot of history to it, as you said, and Team Green and this event were born at the same time, and 44 years.
Unbelievable. So, we got a chance to hang out in the tower so many times over the years, and I've watched you kind of ride the highs and the lows. I'll be talking to you, and next one of your riders is cartwheeling down the field. Well, that's unfortunate. And I'm like, he's just so even killed, because it's not the end of the world. It's not the highs and lows. You kind of just ride them out.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously everybody is very invested in coming to this race in particular, and all the races that they go to throughout the year. So you try to be as reasonable as possible and be, like you said, even keel, and make them understand that as much as you want to succeed everywhere, it's not always going to go that way. So try to have the big picture in mind, and if it's not your week or your day, you move on to the next one and you try again.
And without naming names, I don't want to get into that, but you've had families, these family dynamics where they think this kid's getting the good stuff, you're not getting as good of stuff, like same stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always prided myself on, is trying to make sure that everybody's provided an even playing field according to their level of support. So yeah, that's something, like I said, between myself and, we work so closely with Pro Circuit when it comes to our equipment, and Mitch has always been big on that, and that's something that I've learned quite a lot from him, and how to deal with those scenarios. So, he in particular has been someone that I've really, learned a lot from over the years, and how to deal with that kind of situation.
Landon Gordon, does he bug Doug Duchette? He lives like 20 minutes from him, right? They're pretty close in Peachtree City, is that right? And
no,
Landon Gibson.
Gibson is from
Okay.
Peachtree City.
Different bike, different rider,
Exactly.
all the way. Forget all that.
No.
Scratch that.
Yeah, Landon's
a California kid, right?
California
so
kid.
as far away from Doug Duchette and
Which
Georgia
is-
as you can get.
It's funny
I know
though,
my guys. I'm super knowledgeable.
Isn't he lives pretty close to Temmerman, right? Or they're from around the same, Visalia and
So yeah, originally Landon is from that Central California area. I
Yeah.
believe San Luis Obispo. That might not be the Atascadero actually.
Atascadero,
Atascadero
okay,
is where he's
Paso
originally
Robles
from,
Yeah.
and then they moved to SoCal within the last maybe 2 or 3 years, and then
Does
Enzo's
Kiefer have a place down there though? That near Doug? Is he there as well in Georgia?
He is living in Georgia. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slightly confused. So what is Enzo doing? Like he even mentioned on the show, he goes, "I'm not really sure what I'm doing next week." To be completely honest with you, does he know if you guys got a plan, or you don't have to if you're not ready to release that information if he's going to go pro, or what are we doing?
I mean, we're going to go race next week. We're going to take the van from here with his bike, and we'll go race at Ironman.
Oh, there you go. That's a good start.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
question:
That's
when he
pretty
does
cool.
those races, is he still on your equipment, or is he on the PC equipment, or does that change any, or is he?
No, so like the 3 pro nationals that he had done this year, he rode Team Green Bike. Actually, the first 2 rounds, Pala and Hangtown, he was still on our old 2024 bike.
Oh.
So Enzo had rode our 2024 bike through Supercross Futures, and then through those first 2 outdoors that he rode. And then about maybe 2-3 weeks before Mammoth, we had put him on our 25 bike.
Wow.
So then he did, Mammoth, Washougal, and then here on the new bike.
So how does that work? Do you get to go watch these guys race at the pro races, or you take them there? You do the whole. How does that work?
So I was at Pala just because it was a local SoCal race,
Yeah.
and then Hangtown was there as well, just because also it was a SMX Next Combine event.
Yeah.
And then actually Saturday I flew to the GNCC race because I go to all the GNCC races for Kawasaki as well. So I wasn't there on Pro Day
Yeah.
at Hangtown, but I'm watching it on the plane. And the first moto, Enzo had got up to 12th place, and then he had an issue on the last lap and didn't finish. And then I'm getting texts from his dad on the plane and trying to kind of coordinate how we can fix what happened in between motos
On the plane.
as I was flying. And then for Washougal, he went to Washougal on his own, and just did
Kind
it
of
on his own.
privateered it.
Yeah, totally. He rode his practice bike there.
What do you think so far, seeing him out there against the best?
I think he's done great all week. Obviously, going 1-1-1 so far in the 250 class, and my opinion of Enzo, I think he has a really high ceiling, and I've seen that over the last couple of years, and we've had conversations about this where I've seen these moments where I'm like, how can we get these moments more consistently from you? And I think it's just one of those things. Maybe over time, as they mature, get a little bit older, they find a way to make that happen. And this week he's making it work. So I'm seeing what I know he's capable of. So I'm super happy for him.
Awesome.
I mean, that's what you want. You want them to peak right here, and then that's just how you send them on their merry way.
Yeah, for sure. So no, I'm really proud of him. And like I said, I've going back 2-3 years that we've had him now, seen those flashes, and you're just like trying to get those flashes more consistently.
And so whenever a rider is about to go pro, and how do you coordinate with Mitch, and if he's going to Mitch, and who is all in charge of that? Like I know Enzo says I want to do it. Dad says I'm not sure. Mitch goes he's not ready. And you go I don't know. How does everybody got to work together, come up with an agreement?
Yeah, exactly. We have a obviously super good relationship with Pro Circuit. So between myself, Mitch, Dan Fahey, and Bruce Sternstrom as part of our racing group, we discuss all of these things and try to put together the best plan that works for each guy and go from there.
you have to go to HR, get a badge, sign all the paperwork, get vision, dental.
It is
for
kind of funny
Kawasaki.
that you say that because, especially at the pro level, when a new rider comes in, it is a little bit like that where it's like, oh, hey, we got to get Jorge a badge so Jorge can come in the building and use the gym and hang out in the shop. And he's like, oh, my badge isn't working. And
Oh, wow, just
you
normal
call the
HR
facilities
stuff.
guy and be like, hey, Jorge can't get in. Okay, I got to get him a new badge.
There you go. So there's the real world side.
Yeah,
Nuts
a
and
little
bolts
bit,
of,
for sure.
Well, dude, Ryan, thanks for stopping in. We don't want to keep you too long. We got some more championship highlights we want to roll out. That's it. Yeah, we're done. Are you good? I'm done. I've got no more. And you want to thank your sponsors? Yeah,
Do I
look at
read
you.
the sleeves?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
That was just a test.
And a quick shout out, real quick, like we didn't talk about it too much in the show, but the women, today was the day for the women. There was some crazy history made here at the ranch, and also watching Hannah go get a win here in her class was pretty amazing.
Lala was awesome in the B class.
Lala, and honestly, boys, you guys better watch out because these girls are coming for you.
Yeah, you know what? Before I let you go, Ryan, can you want to speak on that? Like, you've been watching this as long as I have. I've never seen the current crop of female racers that are coming through that are tip of the spear for guys or girls.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And we had a meeting in our area with all the OEMs and MX Sports. We get together every year and talk about the race and how we can make it better. And one of the 65 classes was on at that time, and that's when Yerman, is that how you say her name?
Yumina Burning?
Yes. And she had got on the podium. This was Tuesday, so one of the first motos of the week, and we're all in there just like,
What?
oh my, that's amazing. And then, as you're saying, it just continued with, Lala was great in that B class, and then
Hannah and I forget it, Mila or
Mela Herrick?
Mela Herrick.
yeah,
yes,
it's just like this renaissance.
I've never
that
seen
you've
it.
never
There-
seen before. But
No.
Yeah.
the crazy thing that I thought of before I came up here was that Race and Kyler won the 65 10-11 class.
Mm-hmm.
So our three guys here, Vincent Way, Enzo Timmerman, Landon Gordon, all won that class, 65 10-11.
Think about
so
that.
Enzo has
That's-
one title before he came here, before this year, 65 10-11. Landon has two. First one was 65 10-11. And Vincent has two. His first one was 65 10-11.
And now she's got one.
And now she's got one.
That's incredible.
That's remarkable. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I hope they ride that wave. And I called it earlier at the Verb race at the World Mini. She was all over Jet Rao letting for much of the race. I was like, is this real life? Like, I want to make sure, does this translate to Loretta's? And man, it did.
Yeah,
It's
no,
pretty spectacular.
It's really, really cool to see. That's
Very
awesome.
cool.